Good morning, dear students. And the same question, how are you? I know you all are fine. And you must be watching virtual classes every day. Now, let's see, before we start the new concept or exercise 7.2, let's see what formula we have learned so far in this lesson. So, the first formula we have learned is distance formula. So, the distance formula means to find the distance between 2 points with given coordinates. So, distance formula says the distance is equal to square root x2 minus x1 whole bracket square plus y2 minus y1 whole bracket square. Now here I want to mention you, and this is already I have told you, that instead of x2 minus x1, if you take x1 minus x2 and y1 minus y2, even it does not affect your answer. Now let me give you an example. See, if we have 5 minus 2, it gives us 3, and 2 minus 5 gives us minus 3. The answers are different over here, but here they have given us square. So, square of this is square of this, which gives us 9. Square of this is square of this, gives us 9. The answer square is same, and that's why here it won't affect the answer if you change the order of x1 and x2 and y1 and y2, right? So, let's go ahead now. In the previous video, we have seen the section formula. So, what is the section formula, or for what we use this section formula? So, let me tell you. Here, when a line segment is given with given coordinates and x2 here and here y2, and a point P is dividing this line at some ratio m1 m2, then what the section formula we get? Again I am telling you, this m1, which is the left part of line segment, is multiply with these coordinates, and this m2 multiply with these coordinates, and then what we get over here, the section formula, x coordinate we get by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. Next, same way, only remove x and put y, m1 y2, here 1 2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So this is how we get the coordinates of this point by this section formula. Now let's move to the next concept. Based on this section formula, we have one more formula, and that is midpoint formula. So here you can see that point P divides line segment AB into two equal parts because it's a midpoint formula. So whatever is this, AP is equal to PB. So with this, what we get? AP is equal to PB. So here it gives AP upon PB is equal to 1. The ratio of AP to PB is 1 in midpoint formula. It could be 4, 4. But if you say 4 upon 4, it is 1. If this AP could be 5, 5. 5 upon 5 gives you 1. So this is how the ratio of these two segments, which the AB is divided by P equally, it means this ratio upon, yes, and this gives us always the answer 1. And then we are applying the concept of section formula for it, and we get the answer, that is coordinates of point P. So here you know this is M1, this is M2. So now you know that AP upon PB is 1, it means this is 1 and this is 1, right? Equally, they are divided. So here we have coordinates x is equal to M1, x2 plus M2, x1 upon M1 plus M2 and M1, y2 plus M2, y1 upon M1 plus M2. So here what we have, M1 is 1. Here M1 is 1, equally divided. So ratio is 1. That's why it's 1:1. So here we get x2 plus x1 upon 1 plus 1 and y2 plus y1 upon 1 plus 1. So finally we get here that we can change the order of x1 and x2 and we can write in this form that x1 plus x2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. So these are the coordinates of P which divides line segment equally. That is, P is midpoint of AB. So the midpoints, coordinates of midpoints we get by this formula, that is x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. So thus we use the section formula to find the coordinates of a point that intersects line segment in the given ratio. Right? And sometimes even we use this section formula to find the ratio if a line segment is given, the coordinates of these points are given, for example, as well as coordinates of this point given, and we need to find this ratio. So we use here the ratio is k:1 and we find the ratio of the ratio where this point divides line AB. So here I want to mention you one more thing. The section formula in this grade you have is see, when a point is on the line, for example here AB is a line segment and point is on the line. That point could be here, could be here, could be here. So anywhere the point could be. So I'm just giving the different names: P, Q, R, S. So all these points P, Q, R, S, you can see they are between A and B. They are between A and B and on AB. First of all, they are on line AB and between A and B. So you have in this grade how to find the coordinates of these points that lie on AB and between AB. Now there could be one more condition, that line segment is given over here AB and a point is lying on AB, but it could be somewhere here. So if you extend this AB, here you get the point P. It is on the line AB, but it is not between AB, between A and B. It means this is the first case. We can say these points divide line segment internally. What we say? They divide line segment internally, and here they divide line segment, this is the second case, they divide line segment externally. So whatever concepts and sums we are going to solve, they are of this type. Internally dividing, the points are dividing this line, given line segment internally. So this externally part you don't have in this grade, you will have this in the next grade. So let's start our sums of exercise 7.2. The first sum of exercise 2.1. Find the coordinates of the point which divides the joint of coordinates -1, 7 and coordinates 4, -3 in the ratio 2:3. So here, which all things they have given us? They have given us the coordinates of point, let's say A, these coordinates of point B, and the ratio they have given us 2:3, which is M1:M2. Yes, and we have to find the coordinates of point that divides AB into this ratio. So let's start. So from the sum, we should know what all things they have given us and how we have to use these things. So let's start the sum. Let the point P divides the line joining points. So A, joining points with A with coordinates -1, 7 and B with coordinates 4, -3 in the ratio 2:3. Now from all these things we get here x1, y1, x2, y2, M1:M2. So let's write over here. This is x1, y1, x2, y2, and this is already mentioned in the sum also, M1:M2. Now we know by section formula. So now you have to write this section formula. What is section formula? That is x coordinate we get by M1:x2 plus M2:x1 upon M1 plus M2. This is the x coordinate we get by section formula. Y coordinate again M1:y2 plus M2:y1 upon M1 plus M2. So by section formula we can say the coordinates of P we get. Now substitute the values in this formula. So here we get M1 we know, that is 2, and M2 is 3. So here I am just writing in this form. 2 into this 3. M1, M2 into. So this is how we get 2 plus 3. 2, 3, and what we have? What is that? X2. What is X2 here? -3. So 2 into -3. Then 3 into X1. -1. 2. Denominator 2 plus 3. Same way M1. What is M1? This. 2 into Y2 is -3. So here it is not -3, here 4. X coordinate is 4, X2. So here it is 2 into -3 plus 3 into Y1 is 7 upon 2 plus 3. I hope you have understood how we have substituted the values for x1, y1, x2, y2. So by doing operation between these, 4 2s are 8 plus -3 upon 5. Here -6 plus 21 upon 5. By simplifying this we get 5 upon 5 and 15 upon 5. And the finally coordinates of P are X coordinate is 1 and y coordinate is 3. Hence, the coordinates of point is, yes, points are 1, 3. Note this down. So we will move to the next question. Second question, find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment joining coordinates 4, comma minus 1 and minus 2, comma minus 3. Now while reading this sum, you can see that coordinates of 2 points are given. It means the points of line segment, 2 endpoints of line segments are given. But nowhere you can see the ratio. But here one word is given and that is trisection. Trisection of the line segment. It means the line segment is divided into 3 equal parts. Trisection, bisection 2 equal parts. Bisect. Trisect means 3 equal parts. So for example, see here I take line AB. Now A with coordinates 4, minus 1 and B with coordinates minus 2, minus 3. And there we have point P and point Q. So this P and Q, dividing this AB into 3 equal parts. Equal part means what? That we have AP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. It means the ratio of these will be 1:1:1. Right? So, let's write it in the statement form. Let the points P and Q trisect the line segment A with coordinates this and B with coordinates minus 2, minus 3. Right? So now with this what you come to know that if we take this AP, this with remaining PB. So what will be the ratio of this? AP upon PB. So this AP is 1 and total this PB will be equal to 2. So ratio of AP is to PB will be, I write here, AP is to PB will be 1:2. Similarly, if you see here, AQ is to QB. See, forget about this point P, then we get your Q point which divides AB into the ratio this 1 plus 1, 2 is to 3. 2:1. 2:1. Yes, so we have found the ratios over here and then we can easily find coordinates of point P and coordinates of point Q. So let's start by section formula. What section formula says? That coordinates are m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. Y coordinates m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So using the same formula, we will find the coordinates of P first. So the coordinates of P we get. So here we know what we have. Here we have this, we can let it be, this is x1, y1, x2, y2. and the ratio here is 1:2. It means AP, coordinates of P we want. So ratio is 1:2. It means M1 is 1 and M2 is 2. So we will put these values 1 into -2 plus 2 into 4 upon 1 plus 2 and 1 into -3, that is y2, plus 2 into -1 upon 1 plus 2. So this is how we get here -2 plus 8 upon 3. Now -3 minus 2 upon 3. By simplifying this, we get here x upon 3, 6 upon 3, comma, minus 5 upon 3. Finally, we get the coordinates as 2 x coordinate and minus 5 upon 3 y coordinate. Now, we know that since, next now, coordinates of P we want. Since we know the ratio that AQ is to QB is equal to 2:1. So we are using this ratio where our M1 is 2 and M1 is 2 and M2 is 1. So here the coordinates of Q, what we have, what is M1? This M1. 2 into -2 plus 1 into 4 upon 2 plus 1, comma 2 into -3 plus 1 into -1 upon 2 plus 1. Now while putting these values, you have to be very careful. Don't do any mistake. So here we get -4 plus 4 upon 3, comma, -6 minus 1 upon 3. So finally we get here 0 upon 3 and here -7 upon 3, which means here 0. Coordinates of x coordinate of point Q is 0 and y coordinate is -7 upon 3. So this is how we get the coordinates of point P and coordinates of point Q. Write this down. We will go to the next question. Now question 3 I have given you as homework, but before, yes, let me explain this question to you. In this question they have given figure 7.12 wherein they have given that Niharika's position is in the second line. It is Niharika would be here. Niharika's position is in the second line and 1/4 of AD. 1/4 of, she is here, 1/4 of AD. Now what is AD? AD means for each place or each unit they have kept one flower pot. So how many flower pots are there? So total 100 flower pots are there. It means this AD is of what length? That is of 100 units. So now from that they have not given you the coordinates of any point. So Niharika's position is second line and 1/4 of AD. So second line means here we get x coordinate and y coordinate is 1/4 of AD. AD means 100 units. So 1/4 of AD means 25. So this is how you can find the Niharika's position in the coordinates form, that is 2 is to 2 and 25. Similarly, they have given Preet's position. So that is 8th line and 1/5 of AD. So x coordinate here is 8th line means 8 and y will be 1/5 of 100, that is 20. So this is how Preet's position in coordinates form will be 8, 20. So this is how Niharika is, suppose here N and Preet would be here in 8th position, and this is flag is exactly between N P. So flag we can say here F. So you have to find the coordinates of this. How you can get it? By it's exactly halfway of NP. It means you are using your midpoint formula. So I hope you will solve this sum with this given hints. So we will move to the next question, question number 4. Now let's see the fourth question. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points with coordinates -3, 10 and 6, -8 is divided by a point with coordinates 1, -6. So here first try to understand what they have asked us. They have asked us to find the ratio. Again we are using the section formula but in different way. See, I'll show you here with this representation that point A and point B, these are the 2 points. So line segment is AB with coordinates here -3, 10 and here 6, -8. Now let's take point P with, they have given the coordinates of point P, that is 1, -6. So this is how we have represented what all things given to us on this line. Now they have not given us the ratio. We have to find this. So the ratio, by that P divides AB, let it be K is to 1. It means this AP is K and PB is 1. So what we write over here, that let the point P divides the segment AB in the ratio K is to 1. From all this or this representation, we get the values like this x1 is -3, y1 is 10, x2 is 6, y2 is -8. Now this 1 is x, -6 is y, and this k is -1, so m1 and 1 is m2. Now we are using the section formula for this. So by section formula, write the section formula, we get the x coordinate this as m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2 x coordinate, and then m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So here we get the coordinates of P. Now we know that coordinates of P are given, that is 1 and -6. So we are writing at LHS that 1 -6, and then we are using the section formula this at RHS, that is m1 k into 6 for x coordinate, and m2 means 1 into minus 3. So that gives us 1 into minus 3 upon k plus 1. This is the x coordinate we get. Now what is the y coordinate? m1 into y2. So that is k into minus 8 plus 1 into 10 upon again k1 plus k plus 1. So here we get 6k minus 3 upon k plus 1 is the x coordinate of point P, and y coordinate is minus 8k plus 10 upon k plus 1. So now you know this is equal to 1 and minus 6. So that's why we have to compare this x coordinate is given of point P. So that is equal to this, and y coordinate of point P which is equal to this. So either we can compare this x coordinate, so we get the value of k, or we can compare this y coordinate with this value, so we get the value of k. So this is comparing, we get 6k minus 3 upon k plus 1 is equal to 1. Now if you bring this k plus 1 to this side, it will be 6k minus 3 is equal to 1 into k plus 1 gives us k plus 1. 1 is outside the bracket, so that gives us the same terms here. Now bring this k to this side, so it is 6k minus k. So the coordinates of point P are minus 1 plus 6. So here everywhere you put minus 1 plus 6. So here we get minus 1. So when you are bringing this k plus 1 to other side, outside the bracket it is minus 1. So finally you get here minus k minus 1. Now bring this k to this side. So we get here 6k plus k. Now take this 3 to transpose this minus 3 to that side. So we get here minus 1 plus 3. So finally we get 7k is equal to 2. Now you see here, bring this 7 to this side. So k is equal to 2 upon 7. Now it is k upon 1 is equal to 2 upon 7. What is the ratio here? K is to 1, that is m1 upon m2. The ratio is m1 upon m2, which is equal to k is to 1, which we get over here as 2 upon 7. So this is how, what is the ratio we get here? So hence the ratio is 2 is to 7. I hope you have understood this. Now if you take, in place of this, if you compare x coordinate with this x value, or if you compare y coordinates with this y coordinate, even you will get the same ratio. So either of the coordinate you have to, either of the value you have to coordinate or compare with that ratio. So note this down. So we will move to the next question. Question number 5 is homework. It is exactly similar to the example given in the textbook, example 9. But only difference, that point which intersects the line was on y-axis. So the coordinates taken were 0, y. And here in this sum they have given that point intersecting at x-axis that divides the given line segment. So here we will take the points 0, x, comma 0. So you have to find the x as well as you have to find the ratio. So ratio you are taking k is to 1 and points P, suppose here you are finding first x and then you will find the ratio, right? So I am giving this as homework. So we will move to the next question, question number 6. So now let's see the sixth question. If coordinates of points are given 1, 2, 4, y, x, 6 and 3, 5 are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order, find x and y. So what all things they have given us? They have given us it's a parallelogram. This has vertices, this given coordinates. So let's draw the parallelogram first. So you will understand this sum in better way. So this is a parallelogram. Let it be A, B, C, D. Now the coordinates of these are given. So let A, B, 1, 2. It's given that in order we have to take the vertices. So A with 1, 2, B with 4, y, C with x, 6 and D with 3, 5. Now they have asked us find x and y. Now as they have given us it's a parallelogram, one property of parallelogram all of us we know that if you take diagonals of parallelogram AC and this BD, then what we have that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So the point we get over here is point P. Let it be point P. So this point P is midpoint of AC as well as point P is midpoint of BD. So the coordinates of point P by taking midpoint of AC equal to the same coordinates by taking P as midpoint of BD. So here we are using the midpoint formula. Let's start that. Let the ABCD given parallelogram with vertices. Now what? That the diagonals of, so which are the diagonals? AC and BD bisect each other at point P. Now we don't know the coordinates of point P, so that is at point P. We are writing only point P. So we can say here that P is midpoint of AC and BD. So we are using here by midpoint formula. The coordinates of midpoint are x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. So by using this, what we can say, the coordinates of midpoint of AC is equal to, because that point P is the midpoint of AC as well as BD. So the coordinates of midpoint of AC is equal to the coordinates of midpoint of BD. So let's use the midpoint formula to find the coordinates of midpoint of AC. Now A is this. This is x1, A, x1, x2, y1, y2. So here we have 1 plus x upon 2 x coordinate and y coordinate will be 2 plus 6 upon 2, which is equal to, now P is midpoint of BD. So here if we take x1, y1 and x2, y2, here we have 4 plus 3 upon 2 and y plus 5 upon 2. Now we can compare this x coordinate with this x coordinate because they are same. P is same for AC, midpoint of AC and BD, and we can take y coordinate comparing these two values of y coordinate and this x coordinate. So this is how we write comparing. On comparing values we get 1 plus x upon 2 is equal to 4 plus 3 upon 2 and 2 plus 6 upon 2 is equal to y plus 5 upon 2. Now solve this. Here we have x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 7 plus 7 upon 2. So 2 gets cancelled. First we will solve this. So here x plus 1 is equal to 7. X will be 6. Transposing this 1 to this side. Now what will be y? So here we have 8 upon 2 is equal to y plus 5 upon 2. Denominator is same to both the sides. So we can easily cancel it. So what we get here? 8 is equal to y plus 5. So y will be 8 minus 5. Y will be 3. So the coordinates are, hence x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 3. That is what we get. Note this down. So we will move to the next question. Question number 7 is homework to you, but let me explain you what is given and what is asked in this question. They have given us that AB is a diameter of a circle where it is divided by a center called P. We can say the coordinates of P are given and coordinates of B are given. These two coordinates they are given and we have to find, this is the diameter and you have to find the coordinates of this. These two are given. So you can find it by midpoint formula because this is center means it is equally divided. By midpoint formula you can find this and you can compare this. So this is how we will stop here. Next session we will continue with the few remaining sums of exercise 7.2 and then we will go further for the next concept. Till then, complete your homework, which all questions are given in homework. If you have any doubt, you can note it down so it will be solved in the doubt clearance session. And I hope you are enjoying doubt clearance sessions. Please attend doubt clearance session because that is for you all, dear children. So till then, bye.